Media, right? Media, as you know, it's a very special word, or medium. It's a very special word in this course, right? So we've got like multimedia and the media data types and so on and so forth, right? Here, I'm using media in the general sense of the word, okay? What did we say medium? What do we say it meant, like in general terms? And you've got small and you've got large, and we call the other size medium. Why do we call it medium? That's exactly right. It just fits in between. It's not because medium is a word to do with size. It has nothing to do with size, which is why you've got like, you know, spirits and mediums and that kind of thing. It just means in between. So when you have a look, glance down this list, okay, NIC stands for Network Interface Card, which is the first one I'm going to do. Cables and backbones, repeaters, blah, 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 all of these things, right? Well, rather, none of these things are nodes, okay? They're not nodes. They're the things that go between nodes. Not nodes, but in between nodes. Okay? So, in other words, if you were to make up a network and it had all of these cool things, which I'm going to explain to you in a second, if it had all of these, every single one on the list, it would still not be a network because it would have no nodes attached to it. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Let me try and explain. So, I'm going to go through and try and explain what all of these bits are. If you like, it's kind of like infrastructure. So I suppose I could have called this network infrastructure. What's infrastructure? Does anyone know what infra means? Infra? We usually hear it with respect to a color, namely infrared, right? Infrared is invisible, but it doesn't mean invisible. Does anyone know what the opposite of infrared is? It's ultraviolet. Infrared, ultraviolet. So the idea is that the color spectrum, the visible color spectrum, the lowest color is red and the highest color is violet. And then the other stuff on this side is infrared and the stuff on this side is ultraviolet. So what do you think infra and ultra mean? They just mean, infrared means there's red, and here's all the stuff below red, right? So infra means below. And ultraviolet, UV, right? It means here's violet, and here's all the stuff above violet. So infrastructure means structure that's underneath and supporting all the other stuff and makes it work, okay? So maybe network infrastructure would have been a better name, all right? So let's go through and try and explain each bit. I said the first one is called an NIC, or a Network Interface Card. Network. Come in. Let me show. Good, thank you. Okay, sorry, where were we up to? Network interface card. Okay, so network, you guys know what a network is by now, right? You're probably sick to death of it. Interface, what does that mean? It means it lets you connect two things together. So it's literally, like when you're having face-to-face conversation with someone, right? That's, you could say, interface conversation with someone, because it's between two faces. And you know, international means between nations, right? So interface means you've got two things, they're facing each other, and the network interface card is the thing that goes in between, okay? That's why I was getting at this idea of it's media, it's in between stuff, okay? So all of the computers you've got, if you can connect it to a network, you need this thing here, and it's called a card because it's literally an electronics chip, a separate card that you plug into your computer, and you can be taken out and it can't connect. Now you can actually all see the network interface card on your computers from the outside. Did you know that? You can either take one of these big computers and turn it around a little, or you can get your laptop and pick it up. Okay. And I want you to look for, on the outside, there's a little port, and it kind of looks like this, either this or upside down. Okay. It's where you would plug in your network cable, okay, or your Ethernet cable. We call it an Ethernet port. Okay. Now what this is one end of the network interface card. Okay, that's why you can plug a network into it.